Hello and welcome to Everything is Divine. Today we are doing lesson number 76. I am under no laws but God's. I remember when I read this for the first time, how relieved I was actually to know that we um, that there is something such as this that I can follow. Let's see what it has to say. We have observed before how many senseless things have seemed to you to be salvation. Each has imprisoned you with laws as senseless as itself. You are not bound by them. Yet, to understand that this is so, you must first realize salvation lies not there. While you would seek for it in things which have no meaning, you bind yourself to laws which make no sense. Thus do you seek to prove salvation is where it is not. Today we will be glad you cannot prove it, for if you could, you would forever seek where salvation is not and never find it. The idea for today tells you once again how simple is salvation. Look for it where it waits for you, and there it can be found. Look nowhere else, for it is nowhere else. Think of the freedom in the recognition that you are not bound to all the strange and twisted laws you have set up to save you. You really think that you will starve unless you have stacks of green paper strips and piles of metal discs. You really think a small round pellet or some fluid pushed into your veins through a sharpened needle will ward off death. You really think you are alone unless another body is with you. It is insanity that thinks these things. You call them laws and put them under different names in a long catalog of rituals that have no use and serve no purpose. You think you must obey the laws of medicine, of economics, and of health. Protect the body and you will be saved. These are not laws but madness. The body is endangered by the mind that hurts itself. The body suffers that the mind will fail to see it is the victim of itself. The body's suffering is a mask the mind holds up to hide what really suffers. It will not understand it is its own enemy, that it attacks itself and wants to die. It is from this your laws would save the body. It is for this you think you are a body. There are no laws except the laws of God. This needs repeating over and over until you realize that it applies to everything that you have made in opposition to His will. Your magic has no meaning. What it is meant to save does not exist. Only what it is meant to hide will save you. The laws of God can never be replaced. We will devote today to rejoicing that this is so. It is no longer a truth that we would hide. We realize instead it is a truth which keeps us free forever. Magic imprisons, but the laws of God are set free. Magic imprisons, but the laws of God set free. The light has come because there are no laws but His. We will begin the longer practice periods today with a short review of some of the different kinds of laws we have believed we must obey. These would include, for example, the laws of nutrition, of immunization, of medication, and of the body's protection in innumerable ways. Think further. You believe in laws of friendship, of good relationships, and reciprocity. Perhaps you even think that there are laws which set forth what is God's and what is yours. Many religions have been based on this. They would not save, but damn in heaven's name. Yet there are no Yet they are no more strange than other laws you hold must be obeyed to make you safe. There are no laws but God's. Dismiss all foolish magical beliefs today and hold your mind in silent readiness to hear the voice that speaks the truth to you. You will be listening to one who says there is no loss under the laws of God. Payment is neither given nor received. Exchange cannot be made. There are no substitutes and nothing is replaced by something else. God's laws forever give and never take. Hear him who tells you this and realize how foolish are the laws you thought upheld the world you thought you saw. Then listen further. He will tell you more above the love your father has for you, about the love your father has for you, about the endless joy he offers you, about his yearning for his only son created as his channel for creation, denied to him by his belief in hell. Let us today open God's channels to him and let his will extend through us to him. Thus in creation endlessly Thus is creation endlessly increased. I'm not sure what's going on today. I apologize for a lot of mistakes that I'm making. I forgive myself. I'm so sorry. I don't know. His voice will speak of this to us as well as of the joys of heaven which his laws keep limitless forever. We will repeat today's idea until we have listened and understood there are no laws but God's. Then we will tell ourselves as a dedication with which the practice period concludes, I am under no laws but God's. We will repeat this dedication as often as possible today, at least 4 or 5 times an hour, as well as in answer to any temptation to experience ourselves as subject to other laws throughout the day. It is our statement of our freedom from all danger and all tyranny. It is our acknowledgement that God is our Father and His Son is saved. Let me read the footnotes from workbook 50, paragraph 1, line 3. Your faith is placed in the most trivial and insane symbols: pills, money, protective clothing, influence, prestige, being liked, knowing the right people, and an endless list of forms of nothingness which you endow with magical power. From text 27, the section 10th, paragraph 2, line 3, it, in parenthesis, is the body, works to get them little mental discs or paper strips, doing senseless things and tosses them away for senseless things it does and need and does not even want. Another text, chapter 12, I want to say it's I. I see it as an I. Yeah, it's I. In section I, 9, paragraph, line 1. How simple then is God's plan for salvation? From textbook 15. Salvation is simple, being of God, and therefore very easy to understand. From text 31, which is the last text for the textbook side. How simple is salvation? Sorry, I couldn't read that with the glasses. It's like very small. uh, John, from the Bible, I guess. This is from the Bible, John. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. I love that. I really love that. A major focus of the course is to correct the traditional view that what is God's is His alone. The course therefore emphasizes that God's power, glory, will, name, holiness, love, knowledge, thoughts, peace, function, purpose, kingdom, and sons are also ours because He has shared them with us. How lovely. Just the thought of that is lovely. Religions is in quotation marks as it is in the notes because Jesus does not consider these two religions, since they are based on God, that is not purely loving. This is similar to his comment in chapter 3 of the text where he mentions the traditional view of the crucifixion, that God permitted and even encouraged one of his sons to suffer because he was good. Textbook 3 and then says this Particularly, anti-religious concept happens to enter into many religions, and this is neither by chance nor coincidence. I'll talk a little bit about this. I am under no laws but God's. When you are just starting out as a course, when you come into this material and you start reading this, you're actually not learning anything new, but you're actually unlearning the things that you thought were true through either conditioned or that's a belief that was that's what we saw in the external, and we started believing that. When you come into material like this and this says, I'm under no laws but God's, there's a curiosity that develops first, like, hmm, what is God's law? You know? Um, so and when you come like a total become like totally curious, like a child, I want to know. When you read materials like this, first you start knowing who God is, and then you want to know what God's characteristics are, what laws God has. Like it's almost like playful thing, and it's also totally relief. Like you're relieved. Okay, I'm under no laws but God's. Things over here said, don't take it as we'll still live in a world of duality because we show up here as a body. Like right now the immunization is a great example. COVID's going on, it's still not over, but they found a solution. We are getting immunized. I did get my first shot, so I am going to get my second. I am going to get that. Why am I getting it even though I'm under no laws but God's? This is why I'm getting it. Even though I show up here and I am still aligned with my spiritual self, with I know who I am the light. No COVID, nothing can disturb me or anything. And there is no doubt in my mind that if I get it, something like nothing like that. The reason also is you have an internal compass, like an internal dialogue that goes on. Why was this created? There's that story about that guy that during a hurricane or tornado, where they were all sent out information, move out from this area. It's getting flooded, and he said, God is going to save me, and he kept saying that. People came to take him with him. He said, no, God's going to save me. The aircraft, they came to take him so that they can rescue. He said, no, God is going to save me. Here's the thing, God sent those people to save you. So I believe that, excuse me, I believe the immunization is a solution for the COVID. And so when the solution is already sent, God is saying, I didn't create it, but since you created it, I, with all the love that I love you so much, I'm giving you the solution. As a body, take this so that you're protected. And so when I am aligned and when I immune myself, when I take that shot, in that mindset, I know that God sent me this. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to fall sick. I may not get COVID. I may get all of that. You see, the duality doesn't end. I may get all of that. But the loving part is that I am loved, that God loves me no matter what. And so if I do get anything, which may happen, may not happen, I'm still whole and healed. So see, my only job is to hold the truth. My only job is to hold the non-dualism. I may live in a body, I may live in this world with the duality, but my only job is to hold the non-dualism and know my truth. I hope this is helpful and this sheds light on this kind of material, especially this lesson. I am under no laws but God's is a kind of it's kind of makes you You can have all kinds of emotions with it. You kind of angry, you kind of depressed. I would say don't stay in all those, but no, question it. Get out of where you are so that you get your answers and you have an internal answer yourself. You don't have to listen to various teachers or anything, but if you do, I hope they all shed some light for you. This is your transformation, this is your journey. Please keep coming back and keep following what you're doing and journal it. See where you are and be the joy and the happiness that you are. I love you. Have a great day. Have a great week. Namaste. I'll see you soon.